everybody, welcome back. So today we are going to be having some more fun with our canvas bags. I absolutely love these bags, they are so versatile. So I have one over here that already has writing on it and it actually works out perfectly. It gave me some great inspiration. I know you can't read it, but if you actually use Google Translate, you'll be able to read what it says. So I'm going to let you in on what it says in a minute. And then I also have a plain one, a large one. So if you've watched some of my previous videos, you would have seen that I've used these for, I used them for Christmas last year. I used them as Valentine's bags for my daughters. They're great for birthdays. They're great for stuff around the house. I actually want to do a bridesmaids one. So there's so many different things that you can do with them. So this one actually says hairdryer or hairdryer bag. This came pre-printed. And I thought, what a great idea, because currently I have my hairdryer sitting in a box. This way, it'll be neater, I think, than sitting in a box. So for this one, we're going to do a hairdryer. And for this one, I'm going to do a Santa sack. So Christmas is coming. It's only 2 months away. Exactly 2 months today. So it is time to get started on it, and these are absolutely amazing for little gift bags. They're reusable. The kids can put their toys in it, keep it nice and neat afterwards. So I'm really excited about this. I love doing Christmassy stuff. This is when we get to do all of our different Christmassy colors, and I'm totally here for it. So let us jump into the design aspect of it. It's pretty simple. We are going to go over the sublimation on glitter vinyl hack though, so stick around for that. For the design aspect of our bags, we're going to go with something a little simple. So we're going to say new project. And what we're going to start with is we're going to start with our templates. So let's first do our hairdryer bag. So we're going to put in a square. And I'm going to measure the area that I can use. So it is 30 wide by about 18 high. So we are going to unlock our square. We're going to say 30 by 18, and that is our usable area. And we're going to change this to guide. So whatever we put onto this, it has to fit into that area. So we're going to go into our images. We're going to look for a hairdryer. And we're going to choose one that we like. And I do love that. So let's add these to the canvas. And let's see which one is going to fill our space the best. I do love this one. Yes, so this is the one we're going with. Just like that, absolutely simple. So we're going to save this as hairdryer. And that's ready for us to cut. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to do the other one on this page, and then what we can do is we can delete the hairdryer, we can save it, and then we can undo. So everything's on one canvas for us to cut. So we're going to start again with our template for our Christmas sack. So this one is 40 high by 30 wide. So we're going to add in a shape. Oh, we've already got it. We're going to unlock. We're going to say 30 wide by 40 high. It is going to throw up an error, but that's completely fine because this is just our guide. So let's make it smaller so we can see. Okay, so what I do want to do, I want to leave the top open. So let's look for images. We're going to look for North Pole. And I do have an image in mind because I have been through these already. So let's click that one. We're going to work with these, see if there's any that we want. I think I know which one I do want to work with, which would be this one. I do like this. I do think I want to take the Santa approved out though. So what we'll have to do is we'll have to contour that. And we're going to get rid of all of this. So let's say hide all contours. That's going to make it a lot easier for us. And that's all it's going to leave. So I do love this one. I think I'm going to go with that. I think that's what we're going with. So what I want to do is our reindeer, I actually want to give it an offset of about 0.1. Let's see, let's do 0.3. Let's try 2. That looks good. So we're going to apply that. So our offset is going to be done in white glitter. So I'm going to change it to gray because I want to have our Reindeer Express. Let's do that in gold glitter. And the rest looks fine. I think I'm going to have to change the berries to gold as well because we're obviously working with a red bag. So what I want to do for our reindeer is going to be black and red checks. And I think it's going to look really awesome. That's where our sublimation, what do we call it? Our sublimation hack comes in. So what we're going to do now, we're going to delete this. And we're going to say save, save as, and we're going to change this to reindeer bag. Let's save that. And then we can say Control Z, it's going to bring that back for us. Now we can say make it, and we're going to choose our different vinyls that we use. I'm going to use the holographic green for all of the green. I'm going to use the red in, not the red, it is red checked infusible ink for the reindeer. And I'm going to use the gold glitter for the yellow parts. I'm unsure what I'm going to do for the hairdryer yet, so let's have a look at what we have available and then we'll decide what we're going to do for that. But it's a super simple project to set up. And what I like about this is that I can leave the name blank and later on I can actually go and add it in with the mini press. So this is perfect for that. Okay, so we have done our design and now we get to look at all of the pretty vinyls. So obviously we're going to be using smart white glitter. We're going to be using some smart gold glitter. This is the infusible ink / sublimation that we're going to be using for our white glitter hack. So sublimation and infusible ink, it is the same thing, it works the same way. Obviously the infusible ink sheets are just pre-printed. And then we're going to use some of this pretty green sparkle holographic. Super excited for all of these colors. How Christmassy is that? And then for our hairdryer bag, I'm going to be using one of the CRAFTBUDDIES mixed vinyl packs. So what I was thinking, let's see. So I was thinking I want to use this pretty rainbow one. I do just need to give it a wipe. Oh, it's gotten a bit dusty in my space. So I think I'm going to go with this pretty rainbow holographic one. I think that is a good idea. Right, we've chosen our vinyls. I think this is going to look really cool on the bag. We've chosen our vinyls. Let's get to cutting it. We are done with all of our weeding, and I've made a small mistake, but I'm going to still work with it. This was a lot of work to weed. So I did cut this on too high pressure, and it has cut through in some places, and I'm really hoping that that's not going to affect our end result. We're going to try and work with it, and we're going to see how this goes for us. So I'm going to do the big reveal. I haven't turned it over and looked yet. Wow, I love it. How amazing is that? Okay, so we're going to do that one first. Oh, I love it. I love it. It was definitely worth the effort. Let's see if we're going to get it to transfer nicely with all of, oopsie, I'm just trying to get this off, with all of the cuts. So you can see I have cut through entirely in some places there. So I used the sparkle holographic, and that was way too hard. That was way too hard. That is cool. That is super cool. Okay, so we're going to press our item. So what I love about Craft Buddies is that they actually have press times and temperatures on their website. So for this one, let's change this. So I've got my Cricut heat press next to me, my easy press. We're going to change this to 155 degrees, and it says for 10 to 12 seconds. So we're going to do 12 seconds. So we're just going to let that heat up, and then we are going to press. We will obviously do our Christmas one next, and then I'll speak to you a little bit more about why I've cut the way I have with these. So you'll see some of them are very big cuts. We'll talk about that just now. One thing you do want to do is use your heat pressing mat. Mine's a little bit worse for the wear, if you can say that. You want to heat your item. This will get rid of any moisture and also help to flatten out your item if needed. Okay, now we're going to place it, our decal, like so. Make sure it's nice and flat. We're then going to cover it with our Super Mama baking paper. That's going to protect the print that's already here, and it's going to protect the backing of our vinyl. We're going to apply, and we're going to press. Transfer it to a cold surface to help it cool a bit. And now we're going to see remembering I did cut through this like a Nana, but I was not giving it up. Wow. Okay, we're just going to give this a quick press again, just to secure it there. Get my cat's hair off. Oh, it's under the vinyl. That's why you should always use a roller, but mine's finished, so this is where we are. And there we have our... Oh, I love it. I bet you all want hairdryer bags now. How awesome is that? I absolutely love, 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 love that. That's gorgeous. Stunning. Now we are going to do our Christmas one. And we're going to start with the sublimation hack for that one. Now we're going to be starting on our Christmas sack. So let's talk a little bit about why I have left my placements as I have. So first of all, as you can see, I could have used a very tiny piece of vinyl on either side, but I wanted my placement to be exact. I didn't want to have to mess around with placements, figuring out how far apart they should go. So I have actually just left everything exactly where it should be. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to cut this out. Let's do it from this side. And we're leaving our top and bottom lines connected. So again, we have our placement. So what I'm going to do again, always do this, is I have my design open on my laptop so that I can see where everything's supposed to be. And I can start, I can start to figure out placement. So you always want to make sure you have a clean surface, pre-press your material. That's going to get any liquid out, moisture, and it's also going to flatten your surface for you. So for my cut settings, I used glitter vinyl. On the glitter vinyl, worked perfectly. I used the sparkle holographic for this one, worked perfectly. And then I used the I used the cardstock for intricate cut on less pressure. It was too much, it cut through the backing. So what I've done is I've actually used an HTV transfer sheet and I've stuck it onto that to allow us to be able to transfer it. So basically what we're going to do, we're going to have our special delivery here. We're going to have our wording above that. And then in the middle at the top, we're going to have our reindeer. So we're actually going to have to move this all the way to the bottom. And what we can do is we can actually make our special delivery closer together if necessary. So we'll have this there. So that's where we're going to have that. Let's make sure we're in the center. There we are. Okay, so first we're going to press our glitter. Now the reason you do your glitter and your sublimation first is because that can take the most heat. So this, we're just going to do it for 12 seconds. And it's done. So we want this to completely cool down before we peel it. And these are all very important things to remember if you want your project to turn out perfectly. So what I do find helpful with the Cricut vinyls is the Cricut heat guide. That will tell you what heat and time to use for each transfer material. What it doesn't tell you is if you want to, let's move this, if you want to layer your vinyl. It doesn't tell you how long to press for, so, or how long to press each layer for. So that is something you've got to figure out over time. So this hasn't entirely stuck down, but that is fine. We're fine with that. So what we're going to do, we're going to bring this in a bit. That's perfect. Now comes the sublimation on glitter part. So for this, you're going to have to increase your temperature, remembering that sublimation is not activated at a heat lower than, I think it's 190. So what we're going to do, we're going to increase our heat to 195, and we're going to increase our time to 40. Our heat press is heated up. And now we get to place our design. So we want to line this up so that there's equal spacing on all sides. Like so. And this is going to require some pressure. So what we're going to do, just to avoid any ghosting, there we are. Okay, we have our press set to 195 for 40 seconds. And we are now going to press this. Make sure we've got it all covered. Press with lots of pressure. And there you have it. How cool is that? That is super, super cool. So you can see it did lift slightly in the middle. I could have applied more pressure there, but it's completely fine. So why will this only work with like a glitter or a flock? The reason is if you used any normal vinyl, it would burn and it would melt, and that would be the end of it. So you have to use a vinyl that is going to be able to withstand the heat. So now what we want to do is we actually want to try and trim this as close as possible. And the reason for this is that we don't want it to go over the reindeer. So let's just have a look here and see. Okay, we got to change our heat back to 155, and the time is going to be for 30 seconds now. Our press has heated down to 155. We're now going to press this for 30 seconds. And while that's cooling down, we're going to put our little things on. So I just want to see where they go so that we can first apply our little bally things, if you can call it that. So we obviously need to make sure that we have space for it to fit. Okay, we're going to press these one by one. So we're just going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then we're going to do the same for this side. I know there's no cover on it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Wow. Okay, this one didn't stick properly, so we need to do that again. There we are. And again, we're going to do this side by side and not at the same time. I'm going to tell you in a second why we're doing that. So we're going to press, oopsie, I moved it. I hope that didn't ruin it. And we're going to press this side. So why am I not pressing it all at once? First of all, my press is not big enough. And second of all, this is overlapping. So I don't want it to dent that in the process. So we can actually cut that. We know where it's going now. We're good. And we're going to press for the full time here. That is stunning. Okay, and the last thing we're going to be doing now is our bottom lines. And we're going to do this in 2 parts. So we're going to do the word up to delivery, and then we'll do special on the other side. Now we're going to do the other side. And how cool is that? Simple, simple. So the best advice I'm going to give you with this is tape it down properly, because what happens with sublimation is it's releasing like a gas. So basically it turns the ink into a sort of gas, and then that infuses into whatever you're infusing. So the problem is it creates a lot of steam, and what will happen is your top layer will actually start to lift. So that is what happened here, as it started to lift because I wasn't applying enough pressure. So that's why you get the little faded spots in it. So I'm fully aware of what I did. I should have taped it down all over, and that would have given me a better result. But you know the basics of it now. It is super simple to do, and I really hope that you are going to try that out. Tonight's video was quite a quick one, but I hope it's given you some inspiration for these canvas bags. They are so versatile. I absolutely love them. I really want to do a full bridesmaid series, do like a tumbler, maybe do an etched glass or an etched champagne glass, maybe some other accessories that can go in the bridesmaid's bag. They've got the black ones at CRAFTBUDDIES, so they've obviously got red, white, and then they've also got black. So I think a nice foil gold on the black would look absolutely exquisite. So I would love to try that. Let me know if you would be interested. And I hope this video has inspired you, and I hope I'm going to see a lot of canvas bag creations. I've actually made a fishing reel bag before as well, which I didn't mention. So they are super versatile. As always, thank you so much for joining me, and I really hope that you learned something.